Hello guys, welcome back to another recap episode of Mob. My name is Maku.
It's Kobayashi.
So let's go ahead and start it off. In the beginning, it just takes us back to where it left off in the previous episode, where everyone was just cheering Mob on while he was entering the broccoli. Fast forward a few minutes later, we get to see him entering the broccoli and having a conversation with him.
Yeah, so Mob is having a conversation with the fake Mob, and while he's talking to him, he notices Hanazawa tied up against the broccoli or the divine tree. Mob at the stage, he already knows it's Dimple, so he's like, Dimple, just show yourself to me.
And you get to see various glimpses of him just telling him, come on, Dimple, just show yourself, hurry up. Just show yourself. In an instance, the other psychic, I forgot what his name was.
Hanazawa.
He actually comes down and says, oh no, Mob, I genuinely believe in this. Just hear him out. He's actually giving some good insight. And Mob was just realizing, wow, everyone's just become this mindless zombie, just following Dimple.
Obviously, Mob is enraged at this point, but then it becomes a quick battle. So it's Mob versus Hanazawa, and Hanazawa actually gains some powers just because he's believing
in the religion that Dimple created.
Hanazawa's giving Mob like strong punches to him, strong blows. Mob is surprised, but obviously Mob is stronger, so he retaliates, hits him back. Hanazawa, he hits Mob, and Mob falls directly down, and the roots are covering him at this point. Mob notices that by him touching the roots, it's like sucking away his powers, and it's just bad in general, just touching the roots.
Yeah, so then we see the booger just sending a bunch of like versions of Mob, just throwing it at him just to like suck up all his power. And up to Dimple's knowledge, he successfully did it, right? But that wasn't enough. We see Dimple, he finally shows himself in like this gigantic spiritual form and ends up just taunting Mob at this point. But Mob said, oh, that's not enough. He ended up grabbing him from the tip of the spear and just ended up whacking him back, slapping him back and forth. And the booger ended up being like, he felt disrespected. So then he instantly got up and he said, all right, so time to go for 100%. And this is where we get introduced into a new form.
Basically, Dimple becomes a golden version of himself, and he's called the God Dimple.
At this point, Mob is not retaliating or fighting at all. Dimple's just sort of just kind of just wailing out on him, and Mob is just taking it all in. And Mob is just telling him, Dimple, is this really who you are? He's just questioning the entire time. And Dimple said, the only reason I ever was with you is because I wanted your power, essentially. He wanted to rule and become a god, which to an extent he successfully did it.
Yeah, basically he just wanted to use Mob because of Mob's potential. Also, while he's fighting Mob, he's hitting him with these techniques, like these god techniques. He hits him with a god punch, a god beam.
But the god beam was specifically important because he ended up hitting him with the god beam, and Mob was almost like fully enraged, right? So we end up getting left off with a cliffhanger where Dimple was actually about to punch Mob, but Mob came out of the smoke and he had the monkey shirt that we were talking about in the past few episodes. Dimple just stopped his punch and just saw Mob, and then that's where we're just left off at. I'm not sure what's gonna conclude after this. If you got any
input.
And
at this point too, Mob is at full 100%. So we shall see. It's most likely be the conclusion of the fight. I'm calling Mob's gonna defeat the Dimple, but I don't know actually. Do you think Dimple will go back to Mob, or do you think he will eradicate him forever?
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna eradicate him, if I'm being quite honest. But that scene right there, it gave me like a weird hesitancy of whether he's gonna stay or not, because since he stopped, it shows that he has quote unquote feelings.
Also too, when Dimple hit him with the god beam, like Mako said, the god beam actually did quite a lot of damage to Mob. But when he hit the god beam, he was like, oh wait, I feel like I used too much energy on that one. I feel bad for Shiego, because he calls him by his real name. And then that's when you see the funny scene. But yeah.
And he ended up being surprised because he said this dweeb still has that much power. But yeah, like it's incredible. In any case, guys, this has been a shorter episode. I hope you guys do enjoy it. If there's any anime you would like to talk about in specific, please let us know in the comments down below. My name is Maku,
Kobayashi.
and thank you.